The 1960s was a time of great change in America. There were many political causes such as Vietnam War protests, civil rights, and women's rights advocacy taking place during this period. In addition, there was the rise of the countercultural movement. Great cultural change was taking place, change that transcended and was possibly even fueled by advertising. In Thomas Frank's book, Conquest of Cool, he highlights and explains the cultural evolution that took place in the managerial world of advertising during the 60s. Prior to the 1960s, advertising was dominated by the squares of advertising, including names like David Ogilvy and Rosser Reeves, who led an era of managerialism in the 50s and early 60s. Commonly known as the Theory X of advertising, common traits of Theory X are the use of statistics and proven formulas, work to always please the client, underestimate consumer intelligence, and were often very large and overly organized agencies. This cultural revolution traces back to the Doyle Dan Bernbach agency, also known as DDB. Bernbach created anti-advertising, which harnessed public mistrust of advertising. He is most famous for having created the Volkswagen Think Small advertising campaign, a campaign which made fun of the idea of planned obsolescence. He discovered there was money in creating ironic ads, thus spawning a revolution in the world of advertising. Some of the most prolific creatives who created anti-ads during the 60s included Jerry De La Fima, George Lois, and Howard Gossage, also known as the Rebels of Advertising. They created some of the most prolific anti-advertisements during this era and embraced 3Y advertising. Thomas Frank claimed that advertisers of the 1960s were not necessarily co-optioning the countercultural movements because the creatives saw themselves as part of it. The 60s was not a rebellion against consumerism because corporate strategy played a role in manufacturing the counterculture.
The public can be engaged on a level beyond flash if they have a sentimental bond with the product.